City on Town Square Media Station.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Set, red 83!
Welcome to The Locker Room.
Vince Papali, welcome to The Locker Room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy. How you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to The Locker Room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to The Locker Room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in The Locker Room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, South Jersey, and welcome into The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and my Locker Room Youth Movement producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds on a cloudy Sunday, maybe a little rain today, but good morning, fellas. What's up, Andrew?
Good morning, Billy. How you doing today?
You look a little better than you did last week.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better than I was last week. So,
And Danny Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Good morning, Billy. We're doing good. I mean, we have a special guest in the studio here today, too. It's a good day.
We have the Doopy Doo. My daughter, Eliza Grace, is in here today for a couple of reasons. One, I couldn't get a babysitter. But two, she came in here and she's hanging out with us. By the way, she made the press of Atlantic City. We covered the Longport Mike McGrath Memorials on Friday night, and we did the Beach Patrol report yesterday with our comprehensive coverage. We had interviews with all the winners, but AG was my assistant. Eliza Grace was my assistant, and there was a couple of photos snapped us that were in the press of Atlantic City yesterday.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
We had a wild day yesterday. After we got up, we rode after the show. Eliza Grace was on the beach yesterday. It was a hot, sultry day.
Yeah.
She was on the beach ready for this, guys, from 10:30 yesterday, 6:30 at night. And guess what? The majority of the time, she was in the water the whole day.
Yeah, that sounds like
the
me.
water was like 75 degrees. It was like bathtub water.
I don't blame her then. I mean, if it's bathtub water, I could be in it all day. I just can't go. I can't go too deep in the water. I talked about you last week, but
AG, come here. How long were you in the water yesterday?
I stayed for a really long time.
And was the water really warm?
Really, really warm.
And did you have fun? Did you have fun at the Mike McGrath Memorial boat races, being your daddy's assistant?
Yeah, it was the best time. I want to go back again.
Yeah, you want to go back?
Quick
again?
question: Did she get paid for her services?
Yeah, I got paid $12.
Wow,
that's more than you make, intern.
Yeah, no,
it's big money right there.
All right, guys. Thanks to Eliza Grace. It's great to have her in here. But guys, it's a lot of stuff happening. It's summer. The football we talked about, the NFL's on break, right? It's real quiet with the NFL and all the other, like baseball. The Phillies are obviously were trying to break their road win streak record yesterday. It came to an end with a 5-3 loss to the Marlins, but it was fun while it lasted. And the one thing that I take out of this game that I'm really pissed off about is Bryce Harper getting hit with a pitch right on his elbow.
Yeah, on the surgically repaired elbow from Tommy John.
Now let me ask you this, guys. Youth movement. Why don't our pitchers defend him and throw at somebody?
Yeah, at some point they're going to have to. I mean I saw a few tweets.
Remember I asked you last week and you said, nah, we don't have to. Or like if you hit on, remember the home run trot we were complaining? It was last week.
The hand dance.
We were complaining about Acuna. Was it? No,
it was Ozuna. Marcell Ozuna.
Marcell Ozuna we were complaining about. And you said, nah, the game's changed. What about last night?
Well, this is a little bit different. I mean, listen, he's not intentionally doing it. At least we don't believe he's intentionally doing it. Neither was Blake Snell.
He broke his thumb last year against the Padres.
I agree with you.
He got hit after being rehabbed Tommy John surgery when he made a miraculous recovery.
Yeah.
And now he gets hit on the very elbow that he had repaired, Danny.
No, here's my thing. Intentional or unintentional, at a certain point, Bryce Harper and the pitchers are going to have to start standing up for Bryce Harper, man. It's just going to happen.
Right?
I mean, he's getting hit way too often. He's going to keep getting set back.
Exactly. Let me ask you this question, both you, the youth movement.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Bryce Harper and there's no retribution from your teammates, are you going to be a little internally upset?
I mean, it
Without
depends.
saying anything, Andrew?
It depends. I mean, I would be if. I mean, we don't know. Maybe Bryce is telling them like, "Yo, guys, it was an
That's true.
accident.
That's a good point.
Calm down. Don't. You don't
Let's
have
not
to do
look-
anything."
It's a close game. We need to win more than we need the ejection.
But we don't know that. And yeah, I mean, obviously, if that did happen to me and it was like my surgically repaired elbow, and I did want that to happen, and they didn't defend me, I would be upset.
You would be upset.
It's just we don't know what Bryce himself wants.
Well,
but,
we're going to get a chance, Danny, to ask Tommy Greene as we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. We'll ask Tommy, Danny. We're going to ask him, what would you do? What that 93 team would do?
Yeah, you know exactly.
What that 93 team.
You wouldn't have to think twice about what the kind of response would be from the 93 team. But no, like I said, I mean, it's not intentional, and these guys aren't going out there trying to hurt one of the best in the game. But to a certain extent, I mean, whether it's just a little love tap on the arm with a fastball,
90-mile-an-hour fastball. It wasn't a curveball.
No, I'm saying the bounce back,
retaliation.
the consequences of their actions. Whether it's just like a 80-mile-per-hour changeup on the back, something's got to happen just to send a message. Be like, listen, man, this is our guy. He's been out way too long, and even Bryce has to start, getting a little teed off at this point. I mean,
hasn't had a home run since May 25th. You guys, I'm starting to really worry.
And it's because of that elbow.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if he keeps getting damaged there, I mean, what's going to happen? Are we going to have no Bryce Harper come playoff time if he keeps getting hit like this?
So we got baseball to talk about, the Phillies, the All-Star game coming up. I want to talk to you, the youth movement, about your favorite All-Star game in each sport, because for me, by far and away, it's Major League Baseball's All-Star game, because I think football is a joke. They play flag football now. The NHL's 3-on-3 tournament, which is not really it's hockey, but it's not like the hockey game itself. And basketball is a joke too, because they don't even play defense.
They tried making basketball a little bit more interesting with the target score after you get past the third quarter and the money that goes to the charity and everything like that. But it really, I mean, it's still like a dunk contest or a 3-point contest out there.
While we were sleeping last night, or I should say partying, because my nephew came into town, my whole family's in town, and AG went to the boardwalk last night with a couple friends, and my whole family was hanging out. I missed the in-season tournament announcement, and I'm scrambling to look at this stuff, and just looking at it, not having it explained to me verbally by somebody, but reading it, it's convoluted.
It's a doozy.
It
sure
sounds
is.
like there's what is going on?
I know Danny before the show mentioned he catched the Richard Jefferson video. That's actually what I saw too. It's a lot. I mean, are we breaking it down now, or?
We can tease it a little bit, but we will get into it in the second hour.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's convoluted, man. It's a lot of stuff going on, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, like Andrew said about the Richard Jefferson video I saw, if I didn't see that video, I'd still be pretty confused as to what was going on.
Right.
He explained it pretty well. He broke it down pretty well, but it is a very complicated in-season tournament. Essentially, it's just 5 teams in each group, and there's a mix of the West and Eastern Conference teams for 6 different groups.
I looked at the Sixers group, you guys.
Yep.
If they don't win that group, they stink.
Yeah, they're by far the best team in that group, by far.
The Cavaliers may be the only team that I see in that group that we'll get into that on the other side. And then, of course, the All-Star game. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball's All-Star game. Kimbrel was just added to the All-Star.
Yes, he was. Replaced the Brewers' Devin Williams. So it's his 9th All-Star appearance, Billy. 9 out of 14 years.
He's one of the most dominant relievers this year so far. I mean, he was named NL reliever of the month.
Once they start putting him in that 9th inning, man, he found his place and he got into a groove. So, I mean, it's well-deserved. I would have loved to see Bryce Harper there, but obviously he's not hitting for power. He doesn't deserve to be there right now. He can't be a DH if you're not hitting for power. I do want to say that we were looking for the MLB All-Star Game starting pitchers prior to hopping on the air. They haven't been announced yet.
Well, I thought Zach Gallen was.
No, they haven't been announced
I went to
yet.
high school with his mom.
Yeah, he's a local product.
Local product. She graduated in my class.
Didn't he go to Bishop Eustace?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Stacy went to Collins with his mother.
Yeah, so we're still waiting to hear the All-Star Game starting pitcher announcements, but it's looking like most likely it's going to be either Shane.
Is Ohtani going to go?
Well, he's got that blister on his finger that he exited with a few days ago, so he's scratched, but it's either going to be in the AL, Framber Valdez or Shane McClanahan, and Valdez said he will not pitch in the All-Star game if he's not the starter.
Wow, really?
So that's interesting.
I like that.
A little demand for the All-Star game.
That. I'm not playing, play me or trade me, right?
Does have the best ERA in the AL. I mean, not the best win-loss record, but best ERA.
With our in-season tournament talk, we'll get into some rumors with Harden, I mean,
Paul Reed might be on the outs.
They have till
tonight. They have till tonight at midnight to match.
He's already had an offer sheet, so
yeah. The Jazz gave him 3 years, $23 million, which really, in the grand scheme of things, is not a bad contract.
So we'll talk a little NBA. We'll do Major League Baseball. Of course, we go on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero campaign for designated drivers. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, folks, there's a new wind blowing at Maserati, the main line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale elevates every journey in a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll talk more Phillies baseball. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and the Locker Room Youth Movement right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tuesday on ESPN Radio.
Get the wall, and it's gone! Wow! The other way for Corey Seager. That's some kind of power.
The 2023 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
That one is gone! Mookie Betts with the home
The
run.
Midsummer Classic from Seattle, Washington.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
The 93rd Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Ever since we got Xfinity Mobile, the whole family now has the fastest mobile service. My little brother has no idea how lucky he is. Back in my day, we didn't have it nearly as good.
Oh yeah? Back in my day, you couldn't even stream outside the house.
Please, back in my day, we had phones with cords, and they were mounted to a wall. Forget phones. Back in my day, we wrote letters. Remember, Herman?
Your grandmother would write me pages.
Vintage texting.
Cool. Break free from the big three and switch to Xfinity Mobile, the fastest mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. Save hundreds a year on your wireless bill and get 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line per month. Visit your local Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Unlimited intro service and Xfinity Internet required. Compares lowest price 5G plans of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary. Comcast analysis of mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data from Ookla Speed Test Intelligence in Q1 2023.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. It's The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and my Locker Room Youth Movement producer Danny Ryan and intern Andrew Leeds. Hey, AG, come up. I got my daughter in the studio with me today. Tell the guys and the listeners out there, what did we see jumping in the water in the waves yesterday? How cool was
Dolphins.
that? Like, you guys, the waves started picking up when the tide was going out, or coming in, I should say. And right, AG, weren't the Dolphins going nuts? They were jumping like completely out of the water. Yeah, she thought it was a shark. But also, she was friendly with Kayla and Audrey. And they're cheerleaders, and they're 16 years old, but they were launching her like 5 feet in the air in the water. She had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome beach.
Well, it was a great beach day. It started out really well, really hot, sultry, like the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, guys, I'm still ticked a little bit, man, because Bryce Harper gets beamed, and there's no retribution. Why can't we go after a Riz? Why? I'm going to ask Tommy Greene flat out. Like, if you're pitching. Like, because he's retired, he can stay so. I guess you can't do it if you're a current player, but I'm going right after their number one player.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
I got you. You're agreeing with me, Danny Ryan?
I am agreeing with you.
I like the youth move. I like these young guys when they agree with me.
Now, I'm not out here saying like, oh, that what he did was so intentional. You got to, plunk a rise in his elbow or in his back, but some sort of
or at least come in tight with chin music, like really close.
Yeah, send a message. Yeah. I mean, either that or Bryce has to take matters into his own hands and just say, "Hey, man, I'm tired of this." Just even if it's he knows he didn't mean to do it, just yell at him, get in his face a little bit or something. I mean, he's got to send a message to these guys saying, "Hey, it's not cool anymore.
It's not
I'm
cool
not going to be on
anymore,
the IL for 60 more days. I can't do it.
It's not cool anymore, Andrew."
Yeah,
never was, but still.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially if it is.
No, when I say it's not cool anymore, it's like it's the third or fourth time he's been hit.
Got hit in the face.
Yeah, he got hit in the face. He broke his thumb, and now this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, I agree with what you guys are both saying. I mean, I think if it keeps happening, I know it doesn't seem like it's intentional, but you still gotta kind of send the message out there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's
hey, be more careful.
Our number one player,
and for some reason, it's always fastballs high and in. It's never curveball or changeup.
Right.
It's always a fastball high and in towards his hands or towards his elbow, or even like Andrew said 2 years ago, his face, and he gets beamed in the face. It's just brutal. Man.
By the way, I want to say this on the way into the show today. We stop by Blitz's all the time, and we go to our freshly squeezed oranges. They have 12 ounces of liquid sunshine for $4.99. But if you mention the locker room, you get it for $3.99. So get down the Blitz's. Isn't that good? That's really good, right? Freshly squeezed. They got some pulp in there, a little pulp, not too much, but it's good, man. OJ, freshly squeezed OJ.
Would you call it a jar of sunshine or a bottle of sunshine?
12
sunshine in a bottle.
12 ounces of liquid sunshine.
Yeah,
right
12
there.
ounces of
Go
liquid
down and
sunshine.
see Dave and Joe Newman. And, of course, I want to send out a shout-out to the Greiner Group. Johnny Greiner's daughter, Lauren, down there at Burger Realty, really hooked us up. I know AG and I are really enjoying our place. And I want to thank Johnny Greiner. Of course, Johnny Greiner he sponsors Sal Pal on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill on Fridays during the football season. So shout-out to the Greiners, the Johnny G and the Greiner Group. Fellas, Kimbrel I was yesterday in the program. I was kind of ticked off a little bit about the fact that this team, who went to the World Series last year, and is currently, if the playoffs were to start today, they'd be in it.
Yeah, they'd be playing.
How come we only have one player in the in the All-Star game?
I don't know. Bryson Stott deserving, but he can't make it because Luis Ariz is having an ungodly
like
season.
Ungodly season. That's another reason why I want to plunk him.
Yeah.
Right?
He's just too good. And he took the lead last night after not even starting for the
Right.
Marlins in that game. Pinch hit, double.
Give
him the lead.
Guys, what's he been? 380? So what's he hitting?
He's actually hitting down compared to his numbers before. He's hitting 388 right now.
388.
He was hitting 400 for majority of the season. He's taking a little bit of a dip. You know,
yeah.
Kind of washed.
On the downswing.
Yeah, a little washed is Luis Ariz. No, but Bryson Stott would easily be a starting second baseman or at least a reserve in the All-Star game if it wasn't for Luis Ariz. Same thing could be said for Bryce Harper. I mean, he hasn't been hitting for power. You mentioned, what was it, May 25th, his last home run?
May 25th.
That's also severely playing against him, although he's hitting for high average, but he can't play the field, so he can't be DH.
All right, the starters. You know, my nephew and a lot of my family lives down in Atlanta and Huntsville, Alabama. They live down that area. The Braves seem to every year find guys like, you know, the Philly, and I'm not like, I still like Trey Turner. I think he's going to be a great player for us. He's not played it to his potential.
It's only a matter of time.
But it seems like no matter who the Braves get, they automatically play out like Murphy. The catcher, Sean Murphy. He's the starting catcher.
That looked like a bad trade to me.
It didn't look like a bad trade, right?
It looked like a bad trade.
Like we get Trey Turner, who was hit 302 or whatever in LA. He comes to Phillies, hitting 250, struggling.
Yeah, and that deal, the Braves gave up William Contreras, who's the brother of Wilson Contreras, and he could be a DH catcher, first baseman trio of positions, but they trade him for Sean Murphy, an older catcher,
right?
A veteran.
And he's having a great year.
300 with 15 bombs. The only guy
15 bombs, Andrew.
Only guy competing with him is the catcher phenom Francisco Alvarez on the Mets. Like it's remarkable what he's doing. And you know, like I said, he was batting about around 240, 250 last year. Now he's batting 300.
It just seems like
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Braves,
the Braves,
no matter what
yeah.
they do to catch lightning
the
in a
last-
bottle or something.
Since the Phillies, when they were, dominant from 2008 to 2012.
All right, let's go to the rest of the order. Freddie Freeman just playing first base it's for the Dodgers. Luis Ariz, who we just said,
yes.
who we just said it from Miami. Nolan Arenado, of course, St. Louis. Orlando Arcia, another Brave. He's having he's homegrown though, right? I believe he's homegrown.
He might have passed around a few times before he got
Ronald
there,
Acuna. I mean, it's like the Brave starting lineup.
Acuna might win MVP as well, which is crazy. But
yeah, he is
Mookie
the favorite.
Betts,
I'm
very
pretty sure.
deserving. Corbin Carroll for the Arizona Diamondbacks having a great season.
I mean, it's weird with the Phillies because I feel like the players have been so hot and cold. I mean, I really like Castellanos obviously should be, and he is.
Right, but he's not
Stott,
a starter.
He should be for sure.
I'll tell you what,
of course,
though.
the DJ is JD Martinez.
DH, yeah.
He's the DH.
Yeah, he's turned the season around too for the Dodgers. I was actually kind of feeds in my point as well. The Braves are turning into the Dodgers with their farm system, or just getting savvy vets and turning them into productive hitters. I mean, Orlando Arcia was a 244 hitter last year with the Braves,
right?
And now he's batting 299. When he came from the Brewers in 2021, granted, he only played in 32 games, but he was batting 214. Years before that, 260, 223. Now he's an all-star at shortstop after they lose Dansby Swanson. It's just, they're really clicking on all cylinders. They're like the Rays at the beginning of the season.
Right. And let's look at the reserve. Will Smith, he's having a good year. Diaz, then three Braves in a row. Matt Olson, Albies, and Austin Riley.
Can't beat it. They're like
What?
Do you remember, I believe it was the year 2016 when the Royals had their little World Series run going? It was like every starter was a Royal aside from Mike Trout, Jose Altuve, and somebody else.
Yeah. How about the Cubs? And I think we talked about this year. Like Cubs in 08, they had like a bunch of players on the team, on the All-Star team that year. Look that up. I think it was 9. I don't know if that's a record, but
2008. You said
was it 2008? I
Is
think
that
it
what?
was.
I'll check.
I mean, but you look at the lineup. It's all we got 2 players now, and that's cool.
Yeah,
2008 they only had 3 starters.
Well, maybe it was 7. I know.
It might have been. Was it the year they went to the World Series?
Yeah.
2015.
Oh, was it 2015
or 2016? Sorry,
I'm sorry,
2016.
my bad. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the Phillies team. If the playoffs were to start today, the Phillies are in the playoffs, and they went to the World Series last year.
Same record as last year at this time around in the season. So, I mean, hey, things are looking right. They just, like you said before in the show, they broke their 13-game road winning streak. That's a nice winning streak to come off of.
What they won 21
It was
out of their
21 of 29, I'm
21
pretty
of
sure.
29. I mean, this team's on fire.
Yeah.
And look, I've heard through several outlets that the Marlins have a tough second half of their schedule.
Yeah.
So today's action will be it, and then it's All-Star break.
Do you want to see some consequences today for hitting Bryce yesterday?
I think it's too late, isn't it? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. See, if it's a close game, you can't who. Let me see. I don't even look at the starting line.
Real quick while you look.
Who's the pitching staff today? Let's see.
Real quick while you look that up, I'm going to play the Bryce Harper audio from yesterday.
Did you get that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
well, I don't have the audio of the interview, but I have the
okay.
audio of him getting hit in the reaction. We're having some technical difficulty for some reason. It's not playing.
Let me tell you that, so we have Aaron Nola on the hill today.
Uh-huh.
Against Luzardo.
Jesus Luzardo. He's been pretty good for the Marlins so far this year.
7-5 with a 3.
Nice lefty.
And then Nola, he's 8-5 with a 4.30 ERA. But Nola pitched really well last game.
We need Nola as of late. That's what we need here today against the Marlins. Try and get this, just go into the All-Star break on a good note. Have guys overall just trying to get healtky. I mean, now Harper's got to get healthy.
But to answer your question, we need to win today. We need to take the series from the Marlins. Because if we can look, we swept the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa, and if we can take 2 out of 3 out of a divisional foe like the Marlins, who are a game and a half ahead of us, or two and a half ahead of us, we need to be a feather in our cap going into the All-Star break.
It would be give them a lot of confidence, especially after coming off a sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays, one of the best teams in Major League Baseball.
Like if Nola can have a good outing today, fellas, like I'm talking like 9 strikeouts, 7 innings.
Even if he just allows 2-3 runs,
and don't give up a home run because he's just susceptible to giving up the long ball.
He was doing so well against the Rays too, and then Wander Franco came up in the bottom of the 8th and just.
You can't get that audio. We're having problems, I guess.
No, the audio of the at bat for some reason doesn't play. I'm trying to find a new outlet for it, but no, I wanted to bring up a point real quick, and you probably talked about it on last week's show. But guess how many teams? Actually, no, it wouldn't have been on last week's show. Guess how many teams have swept the Tampa Bay Rays so far this year?
We were the first team to do it.
One team, the Philadelphia
Phillies.
See
that intern? Yeah. You got to get awful early in the morning to fool a Schweiner.
Look at that. He did his homework.
Come on, man.
He did his homework.
Yeah, no, they're the the second team to beat the Rays at their at the Rays Park. Yeah,
that's right. Listen, AJ, doesn't your daddy watch? Come here. Doesn't that? How much Phillies baseball do I watch? A lot. So yeah, man, I'm locked in.
Doesn't he delay a few of your boardwalk trips because he's got to watch the game for too long, or a few beach trips are delayed?
Yeah.
Quite one too many times.
But you love AJ. You love going to the Phillies game, right? Yeah. Come here. Tell the boys. Tell everybody where we sat the last time.
In the luxury box.
No, the Hall of Fame, right?
The Hall of Fame Club.
Hall of Fame's nice, right?
Yeah. Have you guys ever been there?
Yeah, I have.
A buddy of mine gave me the tickets. Dominic Mariani from Pensacola Spine and Rehab. He gave us the tickets. It was a lot of fun.
Best thing about that is you don't have to walk far for the beer or the food.
No, it's right there.
Walk right inside to some air conditioning, and you're there.
All right. With that being said, since I said Pensacola Spine and Rehab, let's talk about the website there, Intern.
Yeah, lockerroombillyschwein.com. It's got a lot of good stuff on there. You can see some articles. We got our new columnist, Michael Doktorovitz, putting up some great stuff twice a week. Doktorovitz. I work with him up in Philly, so it's cool getting to,
I read both of his articles. We've had actually some people respond to it, like hit a thumbs up, and they were that's good.
Yeah, he puts up one every Tuesday and Thursday.
Everybody check it out. The locker room BillySchwein.com. We got photos, we have a photo gallery, articles
right now and watch the live stream.
Watch the live stream as we stream on YouTube channel there.
We talked about the Phillies All-Stars too, and he just released an article this past week saying why the Phillies should have just more than one All-Star. That was before Kimbrel was announced, so we have more than one, but he made some arguments for Bryson Stott, Bryce Harper, and why they weren't in there. So a short piece, a short opinionated piece, but Mike always does a great job. So check out the website for sure.
Stott ranks 12th in the majors with pitches per plate appearance. He runs deep counts.
He is such a worker, man. He's such a when Aaron Boone
do you think he gets enough credit?
No. And to be a young superstar with as much contact and discipline that he has, especially against left-handed pitchers,
but look at all the second basemen that are in front of him. We got Rez from the Miami Marlins, right? Yep. You got McNeil from the Mets. You got Al Albies. I mean, he's got a lot of competition there at second base.
Yeah. You could argue Jeff McNeil at this rate because he hasn't had the best of seasons.
What did I say, Todd McNeil?
No. You said it right. Jeff McNeil, but he's been one of the best second basemen for a while, but he's having a weird year. I'll tell you what, though. Ozzie Albies, he's got 22 home runs already.
But I'm saying McNeil's got a name. Everybody knows he's a solid second baseman.
That does do a lot for you with the All-Star voting.
Usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, over the years, usually you get voted on the All-Star, but the previous year you had. Right? Pretty much. Unless you're really in the tank.
Unless you're really
unless you're bad, unless you're like Trey Turner.
Mm-hmm.
If Trey Turner was batting 302 right now, he'd be in the conversation for shortstop.
Yeah, because he's already like a star level player that most baseball fans know the name Trey Turner.
That's right.
So when you're looking at a ballot, his name.
If he was batting 270,
we got to wrap it up. You know why? We got Tommy Greene coming on. First hour of the locker was powered by. So you guys, producer, let me run over here.
Oh, you're getting distracted. You're getting distracted by AG. AG in the studio.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. All right, when we return, we'll go on the mound with Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday's show, Phillies at the All-Star break. We'll take a look at the Phils' realistic chances to make another run back to the World Series. Latest on James Harden, closer to Eagles training camp, and 4 more chances for you to qualify to win a trip to see the Phillies play at PNC Park in Pittsburgh this summer.
From 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's the train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for a military and senior discount.
Calling again and again. Calling again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Sweet Summer Sale, June 30th through July 10th, and get 30% off paints and stains with prices starting at $31.14. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Business owners got pests? Look no further than Viking Pest. Viking's commercial team specializes in tailored pest control solutions. Discover how Viking can moderate your pest control with smart digital rodent control. Visit VikingPest.com. That's VikingPest.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, The Locker Room Youth Movement, producer Danny Ryan, and the intern Andrew Leeds here with me. And right now, I can't wait to talk to our guest that we have every Sunday. We go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive, but to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th annual Hero Walk and Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for the Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser and help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's herocampaign.org. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room, Cancun Tommy Greene. Good morning, T. Greene.
Hey, good morning, brothers. How you doing?
So, Tommy, we're here on November 29th, and I think December 4th. You, Milt, and Mickey, you're going to take in a bunch of Phillies fans down to Cancun.
How about that, man? That's awesome. I tell you what, it's no better time. I'm telling people to do something, like that for the Phillies, because it's a great time we have with the fans, and I mean, it's like family, because I've been on a few of these, and I've had the best time and got to know a lot of good people, and you see a lot of people around the ballpark because they're loyal fans, and I mean, it's such a great time, and we have a blast.
Tommy, we had Brandon Graham on the show earlier, right after football season. He was also appeared at the Ocean City Music Pier, and I went down there and had a chance to talk with him. And I said to him, "Do you realize you see so many people, but you realize like the people that they just want to be a part of." They want to meet you guys and be around you and talk to you and pick your brain about your experiences. That's got to be pretty special sharing that with people.
Well, I mean, and you look back, and as you say stuff like that, Billy, you look back at it, and it makes you think back when you were younger. Even before I was professional, when I was a player, I mean, a high school player or a little league player. If you had the chance to meet somebody that played college ball that you looked up to, or that were playing in a league that you wanted to play in later or whatever, it was so cool to get the chance to meet them and pick their brain a little, because you're fans. I mean, you're a baseball fan, you're a basketball fan, you're a football fan, and the thing about it, I look back at it and I tell people, I said, hey, I'm really no different than you were back your age. Yeah, I played baseball and I was pretty good at it, but I just love to play the game, just like you love the game. We're no different. We bleed red, and we made the best of the opportunities, and we took advantage of the talent we had, and we kept working at it. And that's the epitome of everybody. They take their best attributes in life and try to enhance them and go into the direction that best fits them. So that's sort of where we're at.
Yeah. All right, we're talking with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene every Sunday throughout baseball season. We go on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Tommy, now I'm pissed, and I want to get your reaction to this. No, Tommy, you know what I'm going to say? Tommy, back in '93, if I don't know if Chase Utley got beamed, or not '93. I mean, I don't know. Who am I thinking for the '93 team? You would have gone. You would have hit him. You would have gone after with Bryce.
No, it could have been. It doesn't matter who got in.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be your big guy. I mean,
Bryce Harper's he got a stump broke.
You're going to get hit from time to time. I mean, because you got to pitch inside as a pitcher, and it happened to be a lefty on a lefty, which I mean, I can see a ball getting away a little bit, but his first at bat, he hit a double down the line on it.
Yeah, but Tommy, hold on. Bryce Harper's been hit in the face. He's been not in the same year, but he's been hit in the face. He got his thumb or his finger broken last year by the Padres, and yesterday gets beamed. But when are we going to take retribution? I know you guys in '93 would have been right there for each other. I'm pissed off.
Well, I look at that. I look at that situation more so than as a possible, hey, I'm going to get somebody because you hit him, because what led up to that a little bit, because he hit a double down his first at bat. He had that, and I don't know if he was trying to do something and got away from it, but I mean, it looked like to me it was pretty purposely trying to go in there. You know what I mean? I mean, he missed. That's a pretty big miss.
Yeah, but Tommy, when are they going to do something?
Pretty more going to hit him in the ribs. You know what I mean?
Tommy, when are our pitchers going to do something, though, Tommy? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean,
what if Darren Dalton got hit? What if Dutch got hit?
See,
come on, man.
Well, I mean, you're going to get a hit at times. Not every time somebody gets hit, you retaliate. You know, you're giving instances that's years happening. This is not something that's happened over the past week or two or last time they played against each other. You know, there's a history. You know,
right?
You know, I can see yesterday's as being more coming back and doing something because of what Harper did. It felt like he got. To me, it's almost like he got hit for hitting a double off of him. You know, off the bat before his first at bat. So that could be something that hey, you go pitch in our guy, I'm gonna pitch in on the other guy.
That's right.
I get it. You know what I mean? That would be the only way I do that. But any other time, balls do get away. And just because, I mean, you have to pit inside. I'd rather hit him, you know, he got hit in the elbow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a right-handed thrower that bats left-handed. You're going to get hit, you know, from time to time.
Well, I know.
Come in there.
I understand that, Tommy, but he just got come off Tommy John surgery. He's our best player, you know, and he gets hit in the elbow that's reconstructed. I just think that the Phillies. I don't know. Let me ask you this question, then, Tommy. Do you think
you can do something like that, Billy? I mean, I get something like that and start something, and that's left up to the individual who's pitching that day more so than anything.
Well, let me ask
you. Or the catcher say, hey, or Riamuto needs to say, hey, we need to get somebody inside here. Pitch him good in.
Well,
you know, if you get him, you get him. Don't worry about it.
Tommy,
I don't think Nola's going to do that today.
Like that.
So, Tommy, then let me ask you, who's it up to? Does Bryce Harper go to, say, Nola today and say, hey, listen, you know, remember I got hit yesterday? Or does Romuto say something? Like, how would you handle that, Tommy?
I think a lot of it's left up to the pitcher, the way he looks at it. You know, I know that's the way we looked at things, and then it's the communication with your catcher, what we're trying to do. You know, whatever you're trying to do, you don't want it to be a detriment to your team.
Right.
You got to pitch. You got to pick a good spot and do it. You know, or the right person and do it to get that point across. And it's got to be in a good situation where hopefully it doesn't hurt you. You know, and come back to haunt you. You know, because I mean, not that necessarily this week we necessarily knocked the cover off the ball. We hit okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, we just didn't score the runs we needed. We actually pitched pretty well. You know, overall. As ERA wise for the weekend, I mean, for us being up in the top in baseball pitching for the week for the last 7 days, you know, but we just didn't score the runs. I mean, but we were 4-2 for the week. We were a chance to win every game. So every run counted this week, so to speak. You know, it meant a lot. So you got to pick your spots and the stuff in the game to get your point across and get it to the person. Because if they hit your big dog and you felt like they did it on purpose, you got to do something.
So, Tommy, I'm a bit torn, honestly, you know, because I agree with you. It wasn't intentional. It's not like these, you know, 3 times over the course of a week. And I also agree with Billy because, like you mentioned, you're hitting the big dog, man. You're not going for a Christian Pache. You're not going for a Josh Harrison. This has happened now 3 or 4 times.
Where's the respect, Danny? You know what I mean? I mean, like, let's go inside the Bryce Harper. Yeah. No, it's Bryce Harper.
This has now happened 3 or 4 times to them. So, you know.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. You're saying you got to go inside on Bryce Harper. You got to get him leaking. Because if you're letting him get comfortable and he's staying on that ball away, you know, and driving you the other way, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what happened in the NLCS.
He's going to own you. He's going to own you as a pitcher. You got to pitch him inside, and sometimes it gets away. Now, I'm not saying he purposely hit him or what he was trying to do, but as a Phillies player, if you felt like it was intentional after he lined a double down the right field line and that pitcher was trying to get a point across, you got to get your point across to somebody then. You know, you got to come back and say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm going to if you feel like you can do that whenever you want, I'm going to do the same thing, you know? So that's the way you handle it as a pitcher, you know? That's the way I would handle it.
Tommy, after Bryce exited yesterday's game, the lineup's been released for today's game against the Marlins. It's Schwarber leading off at the DH spot. So no Bryce Harper, obviously, for today. But the one thing that really kind of pisses me off is Brandon Marsh not being in this lineup. I'll read the full lineup for you. Trey Turner, shortstop, batting second. Nick Castellanos, right field, batting third. Bohm batting fourth at first. And then fifth, take a look real quick. It just went down on me. It's JT Realmuto catching, batting 6th. It's Bryson Stott second base. And then Josh Harrison in left field. Now, typically we talked about if Bryce can go to first base, you'd see Pache in left, keep Marsh in center. But with the lefty today, they go Harrison in left, Pache in center, two righties. But it's Harrison, Sosa, Pache to round things off. What do you think about that? I mean, I've been an advocate for this since the season started. Brandon Marsh needs to see reps against lefties or else he's not going to get any better. But Josh Harrison, for some reason, gets the reps.
Well, I mean, that's the way they're choosing to do that, more of a, I don't know, say a platoon sometimes, and especially if Marsh happens to be kind of struggling a touch, and going down. I mean, it's maybe giving them another day down, and especially if they're facing a tough lefty, which is, I mean, that could put you in a slump. You know what I mean? If you face it, it's like Crucky. Crucky didn't want nothing to do with the big unit or Candelaria back in the day. And you didn't see Crucky away from nothing, but he didn't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? And then Crucky's one of the best left-handed guys I've seen. I mean, he could hit. He hit 300 for a career. So, I mean, there's some guys that put you in a slump. And that's the way Crucky said. That guy just you face a guy like that, you're waiting to be put into the slump, But, I mean, a lot of it's going in. I mean, the coach is feeling he's going with sometimes his gut a little bit about the recent history, recent past, maybe what Harrison's done, and he's playing the matchup, lefty against righty a little bit.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, he's pushed a lot of right buttons since he's been the manager. So, and you got to keep everybody involved and keep everybody sharp. Sometimes when you start to struggle with that extra day off a little bit, it might help you if you're working on something a little bit. As far as the hitter is concerned, but he's a young guy. He does need to face lefties. You want him to get better, he has to face them, you picking your time, and I think it's more of a gut thing. It's a gut thing with Topper, and then, and just playing the matchup a little bit, which is nothing wrong with that. People's been stepping up, and that's what we've got to have. Look what Pache did the other day.
Hey, Tommy, I was at the greenhouse on Friday night. I was covering the Longport Mike McGrath Memorial Boat Races. Then we went to the Greenie. You should have heard that place erupt when Pache hit that home run. It was unbelievable.
How about that, man?
Yeah, it was great.
That was a beautiful. See, you got to have something. You got to have that on your team. You got to have the guy that that you don't necessarily expect to come through like that. And we battled to the end. I mean, we got away with winning one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I look at that. So and that's a sign of positive things happening with this team. They're not giving up. They're battling to the end. And a lot of good things have happened here of recent past, and they're playing decent baseball. It's just this past week, I mean, we could have won every game, possibly in the past, the 5 games they played this past 7 days. Suarez struggled a little bit with his control, and it cost him, or else we might have won all 5.
We're every Sunday during the baseball season, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero campaign for designated drivers. Hey, Tommy, we got Aaron Nola on the mound. I want you to talk about Aaron Nola because his last start, he goes 7 1/3 innings. He gives up 5 hits, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts. Has Aaron Nola, has he found his groove?
I tell you what, it's a beautiful thing to watch him pitch like that. I know he did that against a pretty good team too. So I mean, it's to see him do something like that. I mean, I don't like to mess up the mojo. We know that just shows you what he's capable of doing. It's still there. He hasn't lost anything. It's just when he puts it together consistently, which he's kind of been battling the first half of this season a little bit. Good things can happen. Now, if he can just carry that forward and hope. It'd be a big, huge win today if we could have that type of, consistent outing. I mean, the same results. It's hard to do that. I mean, punch out 12 in the big leagues all the time, and give up 1 run on 5 hits. I mean, these are big league guys that are playing good big league ball. So it's to have a consistent outing like he did with his control of everything, what he did the other day. If he does that, we're going to have a good chance to win a ball game.
All right, Tommy, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is on Tuesday night. tell us a little bit the mindset of the players. Are they looking? I know they got one big game left today before the break against a really tough team, a team that's right ahead of them, 2.5 games behind the Marlins.
We need to win this one.
We need to win this one. What are the players thinking right now? Like the guys that aren't that. I mean, tell me what they're thinking right now.
They're wanting to finish this first half strong. Finish with a win. The good taste in your mouth where you get these 3 or 4 days off, or however many days they got off. They're not going to have it off. They're going to keep doing what they need to do, but they're not going to be pounding each other. They're not going to be on their feet as much and that type of thing. But they're going to do what they need to do, especially the pitchers. You got to continue doing your work a little bit. Maybe take another day down. Depends on how the rotations they've got it lined up for when they come back. They got to do their throwing. They got to stay, pretty consistent at what they do. They don't want to get too out of whack with their routine.
Maybe we'll see.
They're going to be doing stuff, but the extra rest is pretty good. But the good taste in your mouth going into the break, like winning today because they lost yesterday, is the thing that they need.
And maybe we'll see some of the players down here at the Jersey Shore. All right, Tommy Greene. Listen, man, we really appreciate you. Every Sunday, we really appreciate talking to you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
You got it, pal.
There he is, on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Hey, sign up now for the 12th Annual Hero Walk and Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for the Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser and help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's herocampaign.org. And, of course, that was Tommy Greene on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the Shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Try the Ocean City office. Give them a call, 609-399-1227. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call top business people? If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and the Locker Room Youth Movement right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on ESPN Radio.
Crushed. Center field, forget.
The 2023 Major League Baseball Home Run Derby.
That one back there on its way, and that one is gone. He just won it. Pete Alonso, Home Run Derby champ again.
The 2023 Major League Baseball Home Run Derby. Coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 2 locations on Bay Avenue in Summers Point and their new location at 43rd Street off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, offering a waterfront view of the bay in Summers Point and the ocean in Sea Isle. Plus, live music is featured 7 days a week at both the Point locations. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them online at dothepoint.com.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition.
and talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready
To go to work.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text PLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text PLACE to 200-300.
The Tom's Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, the Locker Room Youth Movement. Intern Andrew Leeds, producer Danny Ryan. First hour goes quick. It always does. On the other side, we got a couple text messages to read, and we'll play some audio from Bryce Harper being hit yesterday. We'll talk about the NBA and the play-in,
the in-season tournament.
In-season tournament?
Too many tournaments now. It's going to get mixed up all the entire season. But the one text I did want to get to, Paul from Ocean City, he said, great show, but why wasn't Bryce wearing an elbow pad like most players?
Well, he said maybe it hampers his swing.
I don't care. You just got Tommy John surgery on that.
Right.
You want to get hurt again? You know?
You want to know why he's not wearing them? He was asked about it yesterday, and he said he doesn't wear one. So.
Professional athlete making $300 million, figure it out.
Stay with us. It's the Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. How would you like to join me in Pittsburgh to see the Phillies play the Pirates at one of my favorite ballparks, PNC Park? One lucky listener will win a pair of tickets to see the Phillies and Pirates play on Saturday and Sunday, July 29th and 30th at PNC Park. 3 nights at the Omni William Penn Pittsburgh Hotel in downtown Pittsburgh. An all-inclusive Phillies happy hour party, plus round-trip transportation to and from Pittsburgh thanks to Phillies Sports Trips. How do you win? Just listen to the Sports Bash and Game Night for the Philly Sports Trip Sounder at 55 after each hour and be caller number 6 and 7 to enter. Then we'll see you at Yuri's Waterfront Restaurant at the foot of the bridge in Wildwood for a happy hour Friday party on July 14th to pick the winner. You must be present to win. It's all thanks to Yuri's and Philly Sports Trips. Book your next Philly Sports Trip at phillysportstrips.com.
What if you could help turn back the clock and help your dog play like a puppy again, no matter their age? Introducing Dr. Marty Pet's Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food called the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine. Dr. Marty is now helping dog parents right at home.
I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Nature's Blend is designed to support your dog's healthy lifespan with turkey, beef, salmon, duck, seeds, veggies, and fruit, and with 0 artificial preservatives. When given the choice between Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in dry dog food, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first. For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get free premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Study available upon request. Message and data rates may apply.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot, but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
School on! Save on!
Back to school is on, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for your best year yet. Save on notebooks. Save on headphones and laptops. Save on pens, markers, and all the essentials. And right now at Staples, save up to 60% on select notebooks, markers, and more. School on, save on at Staples, where school savings are always in session. N729. Prices may vary in-store and online.
Hey, this is Josh from 97.3 ESPN. If your air conditioning isn't keeping you cool, or if you're worried about sky-high electric bills, I recommend you call Jenkins Plumbing and Heating today about a new system from American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning or a Mitsubishi ductless system. Take advantage of financing of up to $15,000 from South Jersey Gas or Atlantic City Electric. New AC system can save you 25 to 35% on your AC bill. Call Jenkins at 609-641-6440, online at jenkinsandsons.com.
Sports is what we do.
You're in your car, you're in your house, you're wherever you are. You're a sports fan.
97.3 ESPN.
Because if you weren't a sports fan, you wouldn't be listening.
WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A town square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Set, red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my locker room youth movement. The producer, Danny Ryan, and intern Andrew Leeds here with me. Hey, Andrew, did you see how I got so worked up about Bryce Harper getting hit? I started naming guys from the 2018. And I couldn't, but could you imagine if like Darren Dalton got hit or
Lenny Dykstra,
even
Pete
Crucky,
Incaviglia, John Kruk,
Crucker, baby.
I couldn't think. I got mad. I got all worked up.
No, I understand that. I mean, it's frustrating that it seems to always be Bryce.
Right.
And the fact that it's happened again multiple times over the last couple
Paul
of years.
from Ocean City sent the text message in, and he makes a good point. He didn't wear like protection. But
Yeah.
Maybe Danny, maybe it hinders his swing and he doesn't want to wear it. But I mean, if you're the medical professional there or the doctor, the team doctor, you're going to probably advise him to wear it. Right?
You're going to advise him to, but if the man doesn't want to wear it, he ain't going to wear it. Especially as the $300 million man, you know, like he's the face.
Yeah, but all the more reason to wear it.
My point
He's a
exactly.
$300 million guy.
Exactly. I mean, if a guy who's batting 250 is wearing all of this type of gear, no one's saying you got to wear a shin guard, elbow guard, face guard like Giancarlo Stanton was wearing.
Right.
If you just got Tommy John surgery on the elbow, I mean, it would be common sense,
So
right?
You know, really
wear an elbow guard.
You know, who really pissed me off with all his armor. Barry Bonds. He used to piss. I like
and
if
it
I
paid
was
off.
Oh, I know, but
so did the steroids.
But think about this. You can
Yeah, that might
I'm have
helped
surprised
a
you didn't
bit.
wear a face like little league players sometimes wear face masks on their. Why did he wear that too? Because he stood right over the plate and he dared people to go inside. If he got hit, it didn't hurt him. He had all that body armor on.
You didn't see a lot of people get hit in the face back then in baseball.
No.
Obviously, Stanton kind of rose awareness a little bit for the face guards in this day and age. But Billy, you want me to play that audio of Bryce Harper real quick?
So
let's hear it.
this is the reaction when he got hit.
Hold on. Stupid technology. Here we go.
I guess this was the Marlins announcers.
Why can't everything go smoothly?
That was
Kruk and T-Mac.
Oh, that didn't
It
even
buffered
sound- that
for
didn't
me,
even
but why
sound
can't everything go smoothly? Here we go.
Oh no!
I love
Was that
Kruk's
Kruk? He goes,
reactions.
Kruk immediately went no. I don't know if you caught that right when it has
So
happened.
try to play it one more time. We can't get it over.
It's stupid technology buffering. It can never go smoothly.
Point being,
but
Andrew,
you get the point.
You know what I mean? Like enough's enough.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, we can't have Bryce. We were talking about him getting him in first base, and I mean, that could have set that off by a lot. Who knows?
All right, listen, we did talk about Kimbrel being added to the All-Star roster. I want to review some of the things that he's the NL reliever of the month in June after going 2-0 with 5 saves and an ERA of 0.69 in 13 innings with 21 strikeouts. He has 14 saves and a 1.29 ERA this season in save opportunities. His 39.3 strikeout rate is first among all NL relievers.
He has been outstanding, man.
Is that unbelievable?
To even have his ERA sub 4 right now with how bad he started off the year and how bad he looked last year with the White Sox and, the Dodgers. I mean, it's remarkable, this turnaround.
All right, can I tell you, what's the word? Finicky or
fickle?
Fickle. Maybe fickle would be when I tell you this. You know how he stands with his arm down? When he bends over and his arm down? I couldn't stand it when he was a Brave. I didn't like it when he was a Dodger. Right? He was a Dodger, I believe.
Yep.
I didn't like it when he started this season. I love it now.
Yeah, of course you do.
I mean,
am I fickle?
Yeah,
In a
100%.
sense.
It's like Dylan Brooks. You would hate him to have a guy like that chirping, or a Draymond Green. You would hate
Or
to have a guy,
Zuna, right? I mean,
yeah, you would hate to see that. But if he was on your team, oh man,
especially if they're
Eat it
playing
up.
well. I'm sure if Kimbrel wasn't playing well and he was
like
doing
I
that,
used
you
to
would still
despise when
hate
he was
it.
a Brave. I used to despise that intern, Andrew.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame
the
you.
Phillies
I mean,
fans mocked him behind the plate in the Diamond Club area. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
Right?
no, I mean that's the thing.
Well, how
I
do you
think.
feel about that?
I mean, I think it's kind of. I just like almost laugh every time I see. I honestly didn't know that much about Craig Kimbrel before I know he was great, but I just never actually watched him because I don't really watch much besides the Phillies.
Now, call me old-fashioned, the youth movement here. Call me old-fashioned, but I'm not a man bun guy. The man bun's gotta go too, man. What is that?
Man.
What do you
Man,
think about
I've
that?
had a fair share of man buns.
Have
I've been in the studio with. I mean, now my hair is too short. Yeah, a couple
Danny,
times.
what do you think about man
I've
buns?
had my flow, the lettuce, as the kids say, but I've never gone with the
lettuce?
man bun. Yeah.
What they call it?
Yeah,
How
when
about
you-
Strom's hair? What do you think about Strom's hair?
I like it. I like
Do
him
you
letting
really?
it flow. That's what I was going for when I was growing my hair out.
Doesn't
My
really-
brother.
You know what tree he fell out of?
Yeah,
He
exactly.
hit every branch on the way down. That hair doesn't do him justice.
My brother
Hey,
actually.
Marsh's hair though is pretty glorious.
Oh.
Marsh.
I'm
Why-
glad.
Marsh's hair is always wet.
Well,
You ever
because he
notice
pours
that?
water on it before every game.
What was it, that look he wants?
He doesn't like when his hair's all frizzy and natty. He likes it wet the entire game, so it's
Well,
easier
why
to
does he
play
put
in.
greasy kid stuff in it?
I don't know. He looks greasy, but finally they debunked that. They showed some pregame videos of him pouring the water on his hair, so it didn't look
Really?
like he was greasy and unbathed anymore,
Well, yeah, did you
which
see
is nice.
the one game I was actually at when it got rained out? There was a point where him and Alec Boehm walked out towards the dugout and were feeling the rain.
Right?
It was a very funny clip, but it was funny because I was in the rain. It was the only time I've ever seen Brandon Marshall's hair not wet.
Back in the
'Cause he
day,
didn't dunk
are
his
you,
head
are you
yet.
two young guys familiar with Brill Cream?
Brill Cream.
Sounds familiar. but
You guys never heard of Brill Cream?
is this is this Mr. Ed? Is this what
It's
is
like the
this?
wax stick. You ever see Johnny Unitas' old haircut with the wax stick? He had his buff.
Is
Well,
this
you
down
could
the
put-
WD-40
No,
aisle?
that's a motor. That's like a
I
grease
know,
for
I
your
know.
chain. You guys never heard of Brill Cream?
No.
Are you kidding me? Look it up.
sounds
Look
familiar.
up Brill Cream. Maybe they have a jingle they can play.
Brill Cream.
Like I played Mr. Ed for you knuckleheads.
Jeez.
You guys don't know what Brill Cream is?
Brill Cream is a British brand of hairstyling products for
It's
men.
a gel. It makes your hair look wet. I think.
Created in 1928 by County Chemicals at Chemico Works in Bradford Street, Birmingham, England, and is the
Brill Cream?
flagship product of the brand.
Yes.
Yeah,
Brill
no,
Cream.
I-
It makes your hair look like stays in position, but it makes it look like the
I mean,
wet look.
I use other gels and stuff, but
You
I
put
don't.
gel in your hair doesn't. Your hair kind of looks greasy. It doesn't look wet like his.
All right, all right.
Brandon Marsh's hair is wet.
Let's reel it in here for a second. Talking about hair, Bryce Harper's been growing his hair out, and Rob Thompson had some things to say about Bryce Harper after being hit on the elbow in the third
Let's
inning.
hear that.
Here we go. Up tomorrow.
What is he, Superman? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
I mean, like,
he got beat by a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You don't think he's got a lump?
Yeah.
A severe contusion?
He's feeling it this morning. That thing was already tender. I mean, he's not throwing with it. He's not throwing with it for a reason. And like Andrew said, this might delay. I'm going to say it is going to delay his process back to the field 100%. It's got to.
I tell you what, guys. Look, I want to win the game today. Is really important to win this game against the Marlins today. But I'm old school. You young guys, I'm thinking like I want to start the game off with a high chin music.
You know what the problem is?
Right in high and tight, man.
You know what the problem is too? Aaron Nola's not the guy to do it. He won't do it. And unless JT and Bryce come up to him and say, "Hey, man, this is for the culture,"
you're throwing it right in.
Yeah, because I feel like Bryce.
I'm not necessarily saying hit somebody like right in the middle.
Nowhere
get
where
it, get it as close as possible.
Really quick, what pitchers on this Phillies roster do you think would do that? If you think about their personnel, like would Rangers,
Alvarado?
Flores?
I think
Alvarado.
If we're talking relievers, Alvarado, Sir Anthony, I think in the rotation,
Kimbrel would do it.
Kimbrel might, but he's always a ninth inning guy, so he's got a save on the line typically. So if I had to say in the rotation,
let's talk about in the
rotation. I think Wheeler is a possibility because of the velo he has. But if anyone, I'm going to go with Taijuan Walker.
Yeah.
I think it would be him.
He's a big dude, man.
Yeah, I mean he
look how tall. Look up his stats.
He's not going to pump it in at 99.
I want to say I want to say the top of my head. I bet you he's like 6'3".
I'm going to say 6'5".
Taijuan Walker 6'5".
He's 6'4". So
right in the middle. All right. Great
so he's in the middle. And how much does he weigh?
Let me get that up. Normally,
I'm going to say he's 245.
What's your guess, Danny?
I'm going to say 237.
209. 209.
Wow.
He's smaller.
But
than
I still
Slim
think,
boy.
Rangers Flores is 217.
Yeah, I think if he threw inside, he could handle himself if anybody charged him.
No, and he doesn't have crazy velocity. He's not going to kill anyone out there. So I mean, no one's real. Ideally, should be hitting a batter.
Was anybody
someone to hit
warned
him?
last night? I listened to the game on radio.
Was anybody what?
It warned, like the umpires warned both teams.
No, I don't believe so. I think they all kind of assumed it was unintentional.
If you went inside today for the first pitch or first inning or whatever, then you would get the warning.
I think so. I mean, especially if it's early on, like first or second
Right.
inning. Yeah, I think that would have to be done. But, unfortunately, Bryce Harper not going to be at first base the time we want him. They said August.
Hey, how about let's get some listeners involved. 609-403-0973 is the text board. 609-403-0973. What do you think about it? Should Nola throw inside today to Arez? Maybe get in, wake him up a little
My
bit.
thing is, I don't think he even will consider it. Even if JT comes up to him, I think the only way he considers it is if Bryce Harper comes up to him and says, "Hey, that was unacceptable. I'm now out 2 to 3 weeks on my recovery for the field." Do it. But
what do you think about Rob Thompson's response?
I like it. I mean, he's trying to stay optimistic, but
I think he really didn't say too much.
To end my point too, I don't think Bryce Harper's going to go up to Nola and say that. He's not that type of guy to be like, "Go plunk him now." Like he's not going to do
And Robbie
that.
Thompson, I mean, if he gives his kind of like standard, like safe but also like reasonable answer.
He's not trying to have the guys panic ahead of the fans panic ahead of the All-Star break.
Right. It's July 9th?
Yeah,
right
there's
now?
plenty of season left, and they're just getting hot now. Do you want to say, "Oh yeah, the MVP of your team is out for
Right.
a good 2 to 4 weeks"? No.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Night in Venice is right around the corner. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call, 609-927-2921. They deliver. Jason's out on the road. He could possibly have us on the radio right now. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Hey, there's a new wind blowing at Maserati, the main line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. For your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com
or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and the Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and intern Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on ESPN Radio.
Crushed. Center field, forget it.
The 2023 Major League Baseball Home Run Derby.
That one back there on its way, and that one is gone.
He just won it. Pete Alonso, Home Run Derby champ again.
The 2023 Major League Baseball Home Run Derby. Coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit your space, fit your needs, and fit your budget. Like a new GE Profile Ultra Fast Combo laundry machine that can wash and dry a large load in about 2 hours, without you ever having to transfer the load over. Final days to get special buy savings like the GE Profile Ultra Fast Combo Laundry Machine, plus an extra $100 off select laundry sets. In-store and online at the Home Depot ends July 12th.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Have you been to Trio North Wildwood yet? They're open every day except Tuesday, and there's a new Taste of Trio menu from 5 to 5:30 Sunday through Friday with an amazing 3-course meal for just $45 per person. Trio is chef-driven, BYOB, bridging the gap between bar food and fine dining. Try Trio North Wildwood with reservations on Resi, 700 New Jersey Avenue in North Wildwood. TrioNW.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, the Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds here with me on a Sunday, a little cloudy, but we've had some great weather. And as the temperature heats up, the Phillies did too. So hopefully they can continue today. First pitch is what, 135, is it? What's the first pitch today? 135?
That sounds right, but I'm going to tell you right now.
Double check with that. No, Aaron Nola's on the
140.
hill. 140. Aaron Nola's on the hill today, and we want to see a big win. And the Phillies can go into the break feeling good about themselves, like Tommy Greene says. So look forward to that. All right, let's talk about the NBA. last night, while everybody was out, having a good time, on a Saturday night Saturday night, they released their in-season tournament rules and regulations, and all the information that you need. It's a little bit convoluted, but it starts on Friday, November 3rd. It'll culminate with a championship on Saturday, December 9th. The semifinals on December 7th. Now, the championship will take place at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Is that a regular season game too, Andrew? Or is that just a special game?
I think that's a special game.
So that doesn't even count the regular season. Now, the winners get $500,000. Each individual player gets $500,000. Danny, with the contracts, it's so big, like $500,000. Is that? I mean, is that an insult?
I mean, that's for every single player, though. So they got to distribute the wealth some way. For a guy like a Mac McClung or a guy like Montrezl Harrell, who's completely just going to ride the pine all year, that's huge. I mean, especially because he won't do anything to get there.
Well, what's the minimum contract in the NBA? Like $1 million?
Yeah,
$2 million?
somewhere around.
The minimum is around $1 million. I'll look it up right now.
Right? I think the minimum in the NFL is what, 800,000?
I think the veteran minimum is like $30 million.
$3 million.
If that's you have to.
So, I mean, like 500. Like, I don't know. I'm a traditionalist. I'm old school. Get off my lawn. You young guys, you might think this is cool. What do you think, Danny? I mean, you into it?
I think that they're trying to really just be year round like the NFL with the news,
But they're doing it during the NBA season. I mean,
that's the thing, though.
We're talking about
they're releasing
right now,
the details. You got to get used to it in the off season. You're constantly thinking about the NBA.
Andrew just made a good point. We're talking about it right
Exactly.
now.
That's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, they're introducing this. It doesn't happen until November, but we're talking about it all the way up to November to see how it's going to really go. I mean, now we're talking about the groups, the talent level inside the group, if this is going to go smoothly or not, if it's a good idea, stuff like that. So they just want the coverage of their sport to be year-round, and it's working, like Andrew said.
All 67 games across both stages of the in-season tournament will count toward the regular season standings.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, the minimums. So for the rookie minimum, it's $1.1 million.
Right.
And for the veteran minimum, which is if you have 10 plus years of service, will be $3 million.
Okay.
It's just above.
So $500,000. Get yourself a.
Yeah, I mean, you can
maybe give one of your relatives.
Yeah, if you're a rookie,
gift, right?
you can get half
rookie does.
That's half their contract. So
14 group play games, 2 games on each tournament night. All 7 knockout round games will be televised nationally. The game and broadcast schedule for the in-season tournament will be announced in August. So you're right. There you go. So it's good. They just want to be in the news. Year round.
Yeah, because I like in a way the idea of like a single elimination, almost like football playoff, where it's like single elimination, you lose and you're done. But like, there's no real point to it.
I don't.
There's not really a point.
See, don't you think the NBA is trying to play to you young guys?
Yeah,
because I think the older generation, me, Carlin, I think we're like scratching our head, going, "Why?" I'm surprised to hear that you guys are saying, "What's the point?" I would think that. Because you're
I feel like the casual
generation would be into it.
See, I feel like the casual like basketball fan around our age may be into it, but like I don't know. I consider myself a little bit more than just like a casual basketball fan. Like I pay a lot of attention to it. I do a lot.
Well, but you just said, what's the point? You're watching the games. Are they trying to enhance the regular season? I guess is that
they're trying to make regular season games more important.
What it could be what Andrew said. They're just trying to be in the news all year round because we're talking about them in the summer.
It's both, really. I mean, it's like, okay, why do we care about regular season games? Because guys are sitting out, blah, blah, blah. Now there's a reason to care about regular season games because money's on the line. The only way, and I mentioned this at the top of the show, the only way I could make this better personally would be to have some sort of playoff advantage if you win the in-season tournament.
How about this angle? Because, there are nights where players come to town like LeBron James or Harden or Embiid or whoever, and they take the night off because of load management. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be able to do that for a tournament game, are they?
I mean, it depends how much the players themselves care about this tournament. We don't know how much they care about winning an in-season tournament.
Thing is, too, though,
James Harden, who didn't show up in a Game 7, is going to show up in a knockout round tournament game in
November, December?
He doesn't care, but Pat Bev on a vet minimum does. And so, are you really?
But Pat Bev's not going to win a championship.
I get it, but are you going to slap your teammate in the face just because you're a little bruised up and you don't want to win your guys all $500K on the roster? I mean, let's say another one, for example, Danwell House. He's making the vet minimum.
You're right.
Are you going to slap him in the face and say, hey, I'm feeling a little sore today. We're not going to try for this group play. Eliminated after group play, and you're done. No one gets 500K.
Well, my first reaction to that is I think the NBA players are selfish. That's the impression I get. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Do you get that impression? Like, would you say James Harden is for James Harden?
Yeah. 100%.
He's not for the Sixers. He's for James Harden.
LeBron James is for LeBron
So
James.
what makes you think he's going to care about anybody else if he's for him?
At the end of the day, it's a business. At the end of the day, these guys are trying to care about themselves and set them up, themselves up nicely for their future and for retirement.
And how about the championship game in and of itself? You want to get hurt?
Yeah.
Look what the All-Star games have turned into with the NBA, the NHL, the NFL.
That's a good point. Do you want to give it your all and get hurt in these in-season tournament
for
games?
$500K?
You know what I'm intrigued about? If they stay together, this injury-riddled core, how is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George going to react to these in-season tournament games?
Yeah.
Load management in game 2 of the play-in or the group play stage. Like, no, you can't do
And what
that.
is the commissioner? Is he going to make it mandatory, Andrew?
I don't think he can do that. I mean, because they'll just say, my leg hurts. They have enough injury history to prove that their leg couldn't.
You know what? Harden will be hanging out on one of the knockout games.
Yeah. You know what? No. You know what? Harden is going to try because he wants to make it to Vegas.
Yeah.
Harden wants to make it to Vegas.
He wants to be in Vegas in
his
December.
all.
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
He wants to go have a little bit of fun in the Sin
All
City.
right, let's look at the groups because West Group A is the Grizzlies, the Suns, Lakers, Jazz, and Blazers.
That's an insane. That's like
group, man.
There's no way all those teams should
And
be
then
in
you
the
look
same.
at West Group B: Denver Nuggets, Clippers. All right, Pelicans, Mavericks, and Houston Rockets.
Not terrible.
Not terrible,
but Denver should.
Right. And then Group C, West Group C: Sacramento, Golden State, Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, no, only two really legitimate teams.
Let's go to the Eastern Conference. East Group A: Sixers, Cavaliers, Hawks, Pacers, and Pistons. If the Sixers don't win that,
The Cavs could give them a run for their money, but that's about it.
If they don't go at least, and I mean at least 3-1 in that group stage, that's a failure. How you can't lose to the Pacers, you can't lose to the Pistons. What's the other team in there that's bad aside from the Cavs?
The Indiana Pacers, Hawks.
The Hawks. You can't lose to the Hawks. They just traded away John Collins. Trae Young doesn't even want to be there. DeJounte Murray just signed a new deal, but he's a little above average.
Hey, would it be possible? Would you like to see Trae Young as a Sixer?
No. Absolutely,
You would?
positively, 100%.
He beat us in the playoffs.
Never in my life
He
would I
beat
want to
us in the playoffs.
But he hasn't done anything since.
He is one of the most inefficient shooters I've seen in quite some time. He hits a few big threes, but he'll shoot like 7 for 24 from the field, and he plays no defense.
Oh, I remember him killing us. That's what I remember.
He had a great series.
I remember him killing us. It left an indelible mark in my
to be fair, it
head.
was Kevin Herter that also killed us as well.
East Group B. Ready to hear this, guys? Milwaukee Bucks, New York Knicks, and the Heat, and then the Wizards and the Hornets.
Yeah, it's a
That's
a pretty good 3-team race, especially if Dame ends up in Miami. That'll be.
And then the
really
East Group C: Celtics, Nets, Toronto Raptors, are kind of like
I
see them
so
like they're
the
in a
Celtics.
Are they in a decline?
They might be shaken up a little bit by the time the opener comes because Pascal.
They just lost Van Fleet.
Well, Van Vliet went to Houston, and
Siakam,
Siakam's now heavily on the trade market. A lot of teams interested.
I would take
I would
Siakam in a
love
heartbeat.
to see the Sixers get Siakam.
Pair 2
Yeah.
Cameroonian, have a front court of.
Yeah, it's just Tobias Harris would have to go. I mean, you'd have to move him. You'd have to keep Harden.
Didn't you
for
hear
that
his
to really
dad
be
thinks he's
max.
the best power forward in the league?
Then you cheer. We're trading him for a crumble cookie.
I'll tell you what. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I had crumble cookies for the first time a few days ago.
Did you really?
2 nights in a row, I actually got it. They were so good.
What do they take? If you had to compare them to something, what would it be?
Hard on like the outside, the crust area,
right?
Soft and gooey on the inside. And if you get really a good flavor, like a brownie sundae I had the other day,
right?
Oh man, vanilla mousse,
Really?
hot
Ooh.
fudge,
Like mousse,
vanilla mousse on top of the
Nice.
brownie cookie, hot fudge on top of that, and a cherry on top.
Where do you get this? Where do you
There's
buy
one in Blackwood. There's one in Christiana, Delaware. There's Blackwood's what?
So they're
20
on
minutes
their
from
own
you?
stores?
Yeah, they're the
What's it called? Crumble cookie?
little small
Crumble
little
cookie.
nook and crannies in these
Is it
shopping
like cinnamon
centers.
bun or cinnabon or those?
It's better, I think.
No, but I mean, is it that type
Yeah.
of like small like?
Yeah,
you know, cinnamon is like a little.
Anti-Am.
They're fairly new
malls
as
and
well.
stuff, or
They're fairly
Wait,
new as
Bill,
the
well.
airport.
Did
Moral-
you see what Daryl Morey posted on social media? the other day? He posted a picture of him outside of a crumble cookie wearing a shirt that says "It is what it is," and his caption said, "Yep, no casual fans around here." At Tobias Harris.
I wouldn't trade. Moral of the story: after having crumble cookies, I would not trade him for one crumble cookie. If you offered me a 6-pack or a 4-pack, I'd have to heavily consider it. I'm not
let me
lying
ask
to you.
So yesterday we played a clip from I forget who it was from.
some national media outlet, and Josh did it, saying that Daryl Morey's got something up his sleeve.
Brian Windhorst
He's
said
got
that.
something up his sleeve.
He's like,
He's a genius.
Apparently-
He hasn't won anything. You know that
And
yet. Daryl Morey hasn't won
but
anything.
he's
yet.
smart.
Oh,
We've
he's
talked
smart.
about this before.
Yeah.
And I'm
Tell
not
me how
talking
smart he is.
I'm not talking just about
Convince me, please.
I'm not talking IQ. I'm not talking, he's a
No,
basketball
he went
guru.
did he go to MIT? I mean,
But
he's a smart guy.
He's a smart dealer. I'm telling you right now. He waits until he can get the max value for the player he's looking to move. Case in point, Ben Simmons. He turned garbage into gold getting James Harden. No matter how many problems we've had with James Harden,
Right.
you turn Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and
But
Andre
I would have
Drummond.
rather had Buddy Hield and who's the other guys?
Tyrese Halliburton.
I mean, hindsight's
Apparently,
2020.
yeah.
I would have rather have too, but they didn't want to get Ben Simmons. That's why they didn't do the deal.
Okay.
So he turned garbage into gold, turned the worst possible
Who do you
scenario
think you
into
are,
the
the
best.
zoo? The zoo moth turning
do.
garbage
That
into
reminds
gold?
me
I do.
for Father. You know what I got from my dad for Father's Day this
What?
year? I got him a cameo video of Mark Zumoff wishing him a happy Father's Day.
Did you really? How much,
Yeah.
did that cost a lot of money?
It was like maybe 50. Me and my brother split. You know, it wasn't
Okay.
whatever it was.
That's
We
pretty
split
cool.
it. It was
Real-
cool. He
What
loved
is
it.
he said a recording or something?
Yeah, he sends little videos. He sent like a whole minute and a half long video. It was
Nice.
actually really nice. And we joked around my dad, but we said that we get like 150 characters to like say what Zumoff should say. And we mentioned his favorite players are Embiid,
that's pretty
Maxey, and Furkan Korkmaz.
Yeah, you essentially write the script for the guy you're buying it for.
Yeah.
So if it was like a celebrity, you'd write
Right.
the script for them.
You only
too.
get like 150 characters though,
Yeah.
so it's very small. He added a lot,
and they
more
choose if they want to ad lib a little bit. Real quick before
yeah.
we get a break,
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk Paul Reed and if the Sixers are
Yeah.
going to match him when we come back. New Phillies news now that just broke. Jose Alvarado to the IL. Phillies place.
What?
Yep, Phillies place left-handed reliever Jose Alvarado on the 15-day injured list with left elbow inflammation.
Oh, that's
and they
the second
recall
time, isn't it?
they recall Andrew Bellotti from AAA.
Oh, he's pitching pretty well down there.
He is. You know who's hitting pretty well in AAA, and there's unfortunately no spot for him right now?
Who?
Jake Cave looks like Barry Bonds in AAA, batting close to 400.
Jake Cave?
Batting close to 400 with 15-plus bombs there.
Really?
I swear to you. I will pull up the stats
Wow.
when we get back
Don't
from
get,
break.
don't get too excited. All right, ready? For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. No wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party. Night in Venice is coming up. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. I was in there last night. They're very helpful. The service is great. And you down there, tell them the locker room sent you. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com. Sixers talk. You're listening to the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and the Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. How would you like to join me in Pittsburgh to see the Phillies play the Pirates at one of my favorite ballparks, PNC Park? One lucky listener will win a pair of tickets to see the Phillies and Pirates play on Saturday and Sunday, July 29th and 30th at PNC Park. 3 nights at the Omni William Penn Pittsburgh Hotel in downtown Pittsburgh. An all-inclusive Phillies happy hour party, plus round-trip transportation to and from Pittsburgh thanks to Philly Sports Trips. How do you win? Just listen to the Sports Bash and Game Night for the Philly Sports Trip sounder at 55 after each hour and be caller number 6 and 7 to enter. Then we'll see you at Yuri's Waterfront Restaurant at the foot of the bridge in Wildwood for a happy hour Friday party on July 14th to pick the winner. You must be present to win. It's all thanks to Yuri's and Philly Sports Trips. Book your next Philly Sports Trip at phillysportstrips.com.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The trained comfort specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 2 locations on Bay Avenue in Somers Point and their new location at 43rd Street off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, offering a waterfront view of the bay in Somers Point and the ocean in Sea Isle. Plus, live music is featured 7 days a week at both The Point locations. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them online at dothepoint.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
The Dell Technologies Black Friday in July event has arrived with limited quantity deals on top tech to power any passion. Save on select XPS PCs and more powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Plus, get savings on select monitors and accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. Offered to U.S. residents by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, my Locker Room youth movement producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds here with me. Want to send a shout out to Johnny G, Johnny Griner, and the Griner Group down at Berger. His daughter Lauren, they really hooked me up with a nice place. I want to thank them so much. And if you're looking for a rental, give Lauren Griner, Johnny G, Burger Group. Also, get down to Blitz's Market on 21st and Asbury Avenue. If you like freshly squeezed orange juice, I recommend it highly. All right? It's 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. You got to stop in there, tell them the Locker Room sent you, and you get it for $1 off. It's $4.99. You get it for $3.99 when you mention the Locker Room.
Yeah, it's a heck of a deal.
It is. 21st. I get it every single day. And you know what? I was a little sluggish when I was on my way in here. I drank that 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Bingo. Bam.
Yeah.
Because I get fired up in here. We got a text message, 609-403-0973 if you want to participate in the show. What do you got, Danny?
Yeah, one of our more loyal listeners, Dan in EHT, asks, am I mistaken, or has Harper never made the All-Star game as a Philly? No, Dan, you are not mistaken.
He's not mistaken. He's right, and that's what we were complaining about yesterday.
He then went on to add his MVP season. He didn't make it. Once again, Dan at EHT. It is a travesty. I mean, I don't know. We talked about it off the air. Andrew said that Harper did really heat up a lot in the second half of his MVP season. But, man, it's Bryce Harper. If he's having a 280 year with like 15-plus bombs at the break, why isn't he?
So why can't the manager? Why can't the manager of the NL All-Star team or All-Star game? Why can't he just put him on the roster? Because he's still hitting for average. All right, he's got a power outage, but he's been hurt, and now he gets hit again. He's had to overcome how much adversity? Get hit in the face, like I said. The Tommy Greene he broke his finger or thumb against the Padres when they beat him last year.
Because he didn't get enough fan votes, Billy. That's why.
Well, so I know that, but can't the manager put?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm mocking it really because it's ridiculous. Right, why are we relying on the fans to vote players in? I mean, you got guys that are in the All-Star game this year that don't deserve it. And also, I don't appreciate the representative from each club thing. It's just forcing mediocre players into the All-Star game. Why is Michael Lorenzen in the All-Star game? Why is I mean, this isn't the only representative for them, as we talked about earlier. Michael Harris, who's batting like 260 on the year. Why is he in the All-Star game over Fernando Tatis Jr., who's having one heck of a season?
Really quick.
I don't know.
Really quick. Bryce Harper, he actually was voted in 2022, but he was hurt, so he didn't play.
Okay.
So technically, he has
technically
made the
he
all.
was
He's
voted
made
in,
it.
but he wasn't.
And he made it this
Again,
year.
Because he was hurt, he couldn't play.
That goes what Billy was saying earlier, because the year before he won MVP.
That's
so
right.
he got voted in the next year, but he couldn't play. So basically a wash.
And essentially this year, he made it past the fan voting round and then got edged out for the starting DH job and then just completely left the All-Star conversation in general after his season continued to fall apart a little bit.
All right, let's continue with our Sixers talk because Paul Reed signed an offer sheet with
Paul Reed Day
with
Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz, 3 years, $23 million.
I don't think the Sixers are going to match that, do you?
I want them to. I think
Can
they
they?
should. They can. They would just go in the luxury tax.
So here's
Yeah,
the
they don't want
Sixers.
to. We're trying to get players in. We're trying to bring in. We're cap heavy right now.
Yeah. I mean, here's the Sixers roster.
Are we handcuffed, Danny? We're handcuffed. The Sixers are handcuffed.
They would have to go over the luxury tax. And so this really isn't a matter of Daryl Morey, whether or not he wants to re-sign Paul Reed. It's a matter of whether or not Josh Harris wants to dip his toes
Well,
in the
maybe if he
luxury
didn't
tax.
buy the Commanders and if he didn't buy the Devils.
I know this man's got $6
right?
billion, and he's pinching for cash when it comes to the Sixers. I mean,
listen,
See, that's
you
what
pay
that's-
like an extra
There are a
$12
lot
million.
of people. I kind of there's something to be said for this Josh Harris. He's not. I don't think he cares. I shouldn't say he doesn't care about winning because I don't know what's inside his heart. But it doesn't appear that he's winning with money. He's purchased the Commanders, right? Did that go through? That went through.
It's pretty
And he
much
has the
through.
Devils. Both teams are rivals in our divisions. He didn't buy the Utah Jazz out on the West Coast. He bought the Commanders and the Devils.
Yep.
He's an owner.
Here's the current Sixers roster as of today. Joel Embiid, Mo Bamba, Tobias Harris, Montrezl Harrell, PJ Tucker, Daniel House Jr., James Harden, Jaden Springer, Furkan Korkmaz, Tyrese Maxey, DeAnthony Melton, and Patrick Beverly. Now, to answer your question, Billy, the part that really worries me about whether or not they're going to match Paul Reed, they already have two centers on the roster technically with Montrezl Harrell.
I don't
now,
understand.
Montrez isn't going to see the light of day, hopefully. I mean, hopefully it never comes to that because he really should be a power forward at 6'9". He shouldn't be considered a center. I want them to bring Paul Reed back, but I have a feeling they're not going to.
I like basketball, Paul, man.
I have a feeling they're not going to
I
do
don't
it.
like. Why didn't we just save the money on that Montrez contract?
I don't
and
know.
give that
I mean,
to
he's
Paul
still got
Reed?
the
according to you guys, he's Daryl Morey's pretty smart. He knows what he's doing.
He is. He is. Trust me.
I think he's smart.
Hey,
in
Danny,
some
guess what? Danny
aspects.
and Andrew, we'll see how smart he is.
Yeah, we
We'll
will.
see. We'll see.
Because I'm giving him
This
I'm giving him
offseason-
one more year. This is it.
I'm gonna say this offseason he's not looking that smart. I mean, it's like we're running it back, but with the worst.
Yeah, but he has
roster.
nothing. He really has nothing to work with.
I mean, he could have brought back McDaniels for $4 million a year.
Yeah, he could have tried, but at the end of the day, McDaniels probably got more money with Toronto than what the
By the
Sixers
way,
were offering.
are any of you guys watching a summer league?
A little bit. I watched.
Who do we have on our
Nobody.
other than Springer? Really?
Well,
who
who's
played-
been playing really well? The undrafted.
Ricky Council has
But
some
there's
serious
my
hops.
point is that Mike Carlin said this yesterday on the show here. You're not watching anybody that's going to play in the team this year.
Yeah, it's a few undrafted guys. The only guy you're really watching on the Sixers summer league squad is Jaden Springer, that's going to play for them.
San
hopefully this
Antonio,
year.
we get
What does that fill up?
How do you say the guy from the 7'4"?
Wembanyama, he's been doing. I mean, one game, but he did bad.
He played nine. He had
didn't play
9 points,
great.
but he looked smooth. He looked fluid.
He was like 2 for 13 from the field, Billy.
But he's 7'4".
I don't care. If
For
you're getting
me,
triple team, it's not going to matter.
It was very strange watching him play because it seemed like because his arms are so long,
Yeah, it was a
he
mistake.
kept
Size of his
dribbling
hands?
kind of loose, and then that made it. He got like I feel like he had like 5 turnovers. Like
Did he?
It felt like
I got to
it.
be
I
honest
don't
with you.
know.
I haven't watched a lick of it.
I'll tell you what. Part of me, just back to the Paul Reed topic, part of me thinks that Daryl Morey's leaning at re-signing him. Like I said, it's out of his control. He's got to dip into the luxury tax. Harris does.
And Josh Harris has got to prove that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he
I
does.
I also saw somebody say you can't complain about the luxury tax when you're
Mhm.
paying Tobias Harris $40 million a year.
And of course, that
You do not
wasn't
have the right to complain.
that wasn't Morey's fault either. I mean,
No,
it was obviously Harris had a say in that.
No,
along
but
with
if he's
Elton
such a
Brand.
I'm
genius
saying
that
it's
you
Harris's
guys,
fault.
Yeah.
if he's such a genius like you guys think he is, Morey, that is.
All right, let's not go genius.
Yeah,
Well, you guys said he's wicked smart.
I don't know why. I've
To
never
coin a
like,
phrase in Boston, he's
He-
wicked smart.
He's
Wicked
one of the
smart.
smarter GMs or president of basketball operations in the league. I'd say he's a top 5, one of the smartest
Why
in the
would you-
league
why
because
would
of how he's able to swindle deals and just, like I said before, turn garbage into gold.
All right.
He did it in Houston.
Okay,
But my
okay,
final
so
Yeah. My final thought here is about Daryl Morey. Part of me thinks he's going to want to re-sign him because he drafted Paul Reed out of DePaul, but I think that he's not going to. I think that Harris is going to say, I'm not dipping into luxury tax for B-ball, Paul. Go fill out the roster in different areas with the other money you have
And
left.
once again, we established that next year's free agent list is a lot more fruitful than this year's free agent.
I mean, Morey's hands are just tied until one of Tobias Harris or James Harden is moved. They really are. What's he going to do if he doesn't sign Paul Reed back?
Let me ask you this question, Andrew.
Yeah.
So Harden wants to be traded. How are you going to feel about him coming back? Like, how's he going to possibly come back and play for the Sixers when you know he doesn't want to be here?
I mean, for me, I feel like I don't. If he comes back, I won't be too.
Will you boo
I
him?
won't.
Would you
No,
boo
I
him?
probably wouldn't boo him. I mean, because it's like he didn't. Like, there's a difference. It's not like he was like,
he's not hating.
I
like
hate the
Ben
organization.
Simmons.
I want out. I'm not showing up until I play.
Right.
It seemed more like I saw people say like he kind of probably emotionally overreacted because he wanted the Sixers to sign him long term, and the Sixers didn't want to get in trouble for tampering again.
Right.
So they told him, "Hey, we'll talk to you, but after free agency starts."
All right,
so I
you
think
know what?
he kind of got
Listen,
emotional. I was like, "Fine."
Because you said that, I'm going to give him a pass.
Yeah.
I am, because look at me. I get so emotional. I can't even name guys on the two.
I feel like,
93
he was like,
team.
"Oh,
I
you
get
don't
so
want to
pissed.
sign me right now? Fine, player option." Then it was like, "Oh,
Right.
nobody wants to trade for
Okay.
me." Yeah, maybe because now he screwed himself over
right.
because he can't sign an extension with the Sixers now,
Right.
and he can't with another team until next offseason. When who knows, he might play bad again, and then no teams want to give him anywhere near $30 million. Versus
What's he going to be? 33.
the Sixers
34?
were
He's
probably-
already 34. He's
30
entering his age 34 season.
34 seasons.
And the Sixers
he's
were
not getting any younger.
The Sixers were probably,
And
gonna
he's not
give
the
him-
best of shape, is he? Is he like some guy like that we know to work? He works out and to prolong his career.
I've been seeing some stats of like Batman looking at his suit, and it's like a meme. It's
Yeah.
like James Harden getting ready to whip
fat.
out the fat suit again. And I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because as you saw in Houston and Brooklyn, it's like a slow sinking ship when James Harden doesn't want to be there anymore. He'll return, he'll come play some games with you, but he doesn't look like himself out there. And then eventually, about 2-3, maybe a month later, 2-3 weeks, that is, he gets traded. So
Yeah,
we'll see if it's different this time around with
'cause
Philadelphia.
I will say, I don't think the Philly situation. It doesn't seem like as toxic of a situation. Like we saw him 2 days ago hanging out with Tobias and Embiid at that party.
Right.
It makes
they
it
were all
easier.
wearing white. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's the Ruben theme. Tom Brady and Kim K are rumored to possibly be flirting.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I saw
Bouncing back from Giselle with
somebody
Kim K.
tweeted that I love the idea that there's a party where it's all the most famous and rich people in the world, and then Tobias Harris and Grant Williams are also there.
Kyle Kuzma.
right.
Man.
So many.
All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquor is the best of Philly, best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party. Night in Venice is coming up in Ocean City. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tuesday on ESPN Radio.
At the wall, and it's gone. Wow. The other way for Corey Seager. That's some kind of power.
The 2023 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
That one is gone. Mookie Betts with the home
The
run.
Midsummer Classic from Seattle, Washington.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
The 93rd Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through September 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, upgrade to gig and save $20 a month over Verizon. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Savings compares Xfinity Gig to Verizon Gig.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here at the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my Locker Room youth movement producer, Danny Ryan, intern Andrew Leeds, and we were discussing during the break a trade rumor that I think is pretty intriguing, Dan.
Yeah, Zach LaVine to the Philadelphia 76ers has been heating up over the past few weeks or so, more so recently in the past few days. A Chicago reporter had released an article saying that they're shopping LaVine. Sixers a top suitor for him, and I've been a firm stand. I've stood by this statement for a long time now, and ever since the Lillard rumor started to heat up, I would much rather. I've told my friends I'd much rather have Maxey, Embiid, and LaVine than just Lillard and Embiid.
I mean, according to his averages, 25 points a game. I mean, come on.
I mean, he's averaging 25 points per game, 49% essentially from the field, 48.5, and then 37.5% from three. That would fix your shooting problem.
Right.
He can finish.
Right.
His defense, I'll be honest, a little
subpar.
It
could elevate Maxey's game, too.
It could. And his defense is a little subpar, but he had a really good defensive year last year.
Now, you said DeRozan's the number one guy.
Yeah, so in Chicago, it's they have like a 1A, 1B situation where DeRozan's the 1A, LaVine's the 1B. And I think it's clear Chicago, they don't think they have a championship team right now, especially. They don't think those two can be their best players and win them a championship. So they're kind of trying to look to move on from this core.
Let's swap stars. James Harden, James
Harden.
Springer, 2029
I would
first.
do that in a second.
I would too. I mean, he's younger.
Because exactly, LaVine, how old is he? 29?
He's young.
He's still pretty young. Yeah.
He is 28 years old.
There you go.
And he turned it in March, so he won't turn until next 29.
See, it hurts us from a playmaking standpoint, but I mean, it's still like the hard.
Yeah, but we talked about this earlier. The assist in the NBA are not like assist in hockey, because you got to make your shot.
Yeah.
If I throw you the ball and you miss, I don't get an assist. But if you hit it, I get an assist. It'll be wide open.
At this point in their careers, Zach LaVine is better at James Harden at scoring, at three-point shooting, at finishing.
Now,
at
Paul, ready for this?
I don't know
Just
about
because-
defensive skills.
Just because you two young bucks enlighten me, if Morey pulls that off, I'd give him. I'd give him a feather.
Would he be a genius?
I would.
I wouldn't either, but
No.
listen, if he's able to pull that off, it's some, whether it be Tobias Harris and Jaden Springer or James Harden and Jaden Springer, I definitely would see that as a great deal for the Sixers. I mean, that propels you. That's no longer a punt season.
I like that.
That's
Maybe I'll put you in the GM.
You better. I got great ideas over here.
He's not only a radio guy, producer, GM.
They all love
And Andrew could be your assistant.
They all
GM.
love the TJ McConnell trade return.
Oh yeah, TJ McConnell coming over from Indiana. Bring him back. We need to back up.
I like him.
Yeah, I loved him. He's one of my favorites.
Hey, I want to remind people the Beach Patrol race schedule continues. You can check it out on our website, thelockerroom.BillySchwein.com. Go to the Beach Patrol report. You can see the South Jersey Lifeguard Chiefs Association racing schedule. And, of course, this week, July 11th, Tuesday, you have the Longport Women's Invitation on 6:30. July 13th, Chief Bill Kuhn Lifeguard Invitation on Brigantine. Don't want to miss that. Of course, we'll be covering the Bastion Callahan Memorial Races in North Wildwood. I'll be down there getting interviews next Friday. We'll have all that for you on Saturday's show. I want to thank producer Danny Ryan. Did a great job today, as always.
Thank you.
And Andrew Leeds, the intern. The website, you've done a great job. If people want to put their logo on there, and of course, any of our advertisers, when their logo shows up, you click it, it goes right to their menu, right, or their website.
Yeah, you either click the logo itself, or it'll have a little thing that says "click here" to.
Check out the locker room, BillySchwein.com. For all we got
tons of good stuff. We got
photo
photos,
gallery.
We got articles, we've got all the On the Mound with Tommy Greene segments, the Beach Patrol report. They're all in their own separate
and all
tabs.
the interviews we've had over the years. We've got up. You've done a good job with that.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing today? What are you gonna do? What's on the list?
I'm gonna go to lunch.
Itinerary for the rest of your Sunday.
I'm gonna go to lunch with a lady. Maybe we're trying to decide between lunch or dinner.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out a nice Sunday activity.
Get a little Philly. Watch a little Phillies game.
Yeah,
today's a
of
big
course.
Today's a big game, guys.
I'll still have 40 minutes before it's on when I get home, so I'll be setting up for that.
What about the intern Andrew Leeds? What's he doing this afternoon?
Yeah, probably gonna get something for lunch. Go see my mom, my brother, because my brother he goes to Rowan, so he's home for the summer. So I'm.
Of course, don't forget to read Mike Doktorovic's.
He puts out some great
columns there. We got he's our new columnist.
I get the pleasure of reading them before anyone else does.
Who puts the pictures up, you or him?
He gives me the hyperlink to the pictures, and then I actually enter the link. But he provides me the link. He's really on time, punctual.
Because you check out my podcast. We're on 8 podcast locations. I upload them after the show. Check out the website. Once again, it's the locker room, BillySchwein.com. I want to thank Tommy Greene.
Of course.
As we go on the mound with Tommy Greene each and every Sunday throughout the baseball season. Brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers.
All right, final predictions. Do they bring Paul Reed back? Yes or no, Billy?
No.
No? Andrew?
Yeah, they're going to do it.
What do you think?
Majority rule is no. Paul Reed not coming back. They're going to let him take the money in Utah.
He's a basketball.
All right, Phillies and Marlins at 1:40 today. Check them out. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday.
Because
nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner.
Hey-o.
Have a great rest of your Sunday. Let's go Phillies. And Mike Gill and the Sports Bash will be back Monday through Friday right here on 97.3. I'll see you next week, everybody.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy